Moving on to another question, this is raised by a familiar questioner to us all. This is Dr. Muhammad Sadiq Bodansab from Newfoundland. And he asks, he says, after the demise of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, some Muslims refused to pay the zakat, thinking that it was only necessary during the life of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. If there is no compulsion in matters pertaining to faith, why was zakat forced upon them? Dr. Saab, perhaps you could just shed light on this in terms of what are the fundamentals of the Islamic faith and how this relates to that.
Sure. I mean, Islam is based upon the pillars of Islam, and zakat is one of the pillars of Islam. So it's one of the fundamental issues that we have in Islam, and obviously this is something that is not a temporary commandment, but it is a commandment for Muslims throughout their life. However, with zakat, we know that there are many conditions that you have to fulfill if zakat becomes payable by you, and it pertains to the wealth that you might have over a period of a year, and the percentage of zakat has to be paid upon that. So it was not a temporary command that was given to Muslims as far as zakat is concerned, but it was for time immemorial. So this is something that we have to remember, that as a pillar of Islam, like all the pillars of Islam, they are permanent, and they are not for just for a short period in that respect.
I think Dr. Saib, he has perhaps put this question in the context of forcing something upon people, and also he has in mind that the principle of Islam is la ikraha fi din, that there is no compulsion in matters of religion. As a matter of fact, this verse should be understood very clearly. So far as propagation of Islam is concerned, or making other people believe in Islam or enter into the fold of Islam is concerned, or after entering, remaining within the fold of Islam, or converting anybody into the fold of Islam, all these things are concerned, naturally this is a clear guidance, permanent guidance, no change in it, that there is no compulsion in matters of religion. But once people, out of their independent choice, of their own volition, without any coercion or compulsion upon them, once they decide that they would like to join the fold of Islam, then of course they have to follow the rules of the house, as they say. When you enter into a company to secure a job, and you go there, by signing that you are now a member of this organization or this company, you take upon yourself that you are going to abide by the rules and the regulation. Otherwise, there is no meaning in it. So the decision making is voluntary, but when people become Muslims, then of course they are supposed, just like any other follower of a religion, that they have to follow the rules of their religion. So zakat being one of the rules in Islam, they will be required that they have to abide by that. So in that context, I think it's not an element of coercion. It is only a matter of asking them and requiring from them that, look, you voluntarily agreed to follow the commandments of Islam. Now it is your turn to comply it.
I think that's quite clear.
Yeah.